Make some noise! And I'm the secretary treasurer for Council 3. And for social services, I am vice president. So social services. It is just so great to see you guys because you look good. And you know what green does? Green makes you feel and talk about money. Green makes you want to say to legislators, hey guys, get together for 2014 because we will. And you know what that means,
We're going to
right?
make it happen.
We talk about we need the caseloads to get smaller. We need the raises to increase. We need to maintain the health insurance. And we need to get more AFSCME members involved. So this is all the guys that makes me feel wonderful and humble, believe me.
Say it again.
Wonderful.
That's right.
Humble. That's good enough. That's what it's all about. And respect. See how what's the sign? Respect for what state employees do. Respect for all of you.
Right, Doctor.
That's what we were saying very clearly. I'm going to introduce to you a brother, a father, a friend, a guy who decided to come to AFSCME, Maryland and make things better. And I have to admit, I've been around for some time, but he was able to do that. This guy, all you know, has helped to increase membership,
All right.
has helped with getting fair share.
Right.
And I think for me, the most important thing, this guy has gained a respect here in Annapolis that has never happened before.
Welcome, brothers and sisters. What I have to say might disappoint you for a second here, and the Secretary of State who's here watching this is, we actually have to be quiet. Because there are people that serve the state of Maryland, much like you do, that work right below us. So if we're going to cheer, we can just do silently and raise our fists and do a little down. So let's just be respectful of that because they have work to do, right?
Amen.
And they're, as you all know. But first of all, I want to say welcome. And congratulations. Congratulations for coming down here because we were supposed to be outside. It was supposed to be beautiful and sunny, and the sun was going to come down. We weren't going to get crazy. We could be loud as we wanted to, but we're going to be just as enthusiastic. But congratulations and not thank you, because you're not here for me. You're here because you deserve the respect you've earned. No one gave that to you. No one gave you your paycheck. No one gave you your health care. No one gave you your rights at work. You earned it. You earned every single cent of it and every single bit of it. So thank you for that. Thank you for the hard work you do. And every single day, day in and day out, because you make Maryland happen at the end of the day. Thank you. You're all here because you provide, important services. Sometimes services that don't get noticed. You might, like my friend Joe here, who works at UMES. Joe works in maintenance at UMES. Not very many students realize the important work that Joe does there every day. That he might, make it a better place for them to walk around on campus, right? Might people might not notice the work that Sister Womble does here at DMV, because everyone knows that it can be a rather pleasant experience at DMV, or not so pleasant. But Mildred makes sure it's a pleasant experience at DMV. Or a number of the COs we got in the hall here tonight, all these tough looking guys. And the sisters up here and some over here, right? Got them from all over the state. They're here and they make sure that the folks that need to be there are in those places and they don't come out and on our communities. But working together is what has moved us forward. Working with social workers, working with COs, working for people that at DMV, working for folks out on the highways. That is what has made us the force we are in this town. That is what has made us the force in this state. So long as we keep that in mind, that we continue to work together, no matter what our differences might be politically or where we live, we keep that one goal in mind, okay, we're going to accomplish the big things that we've been able to accomplish. You know, every single year we get a whole bunch of things that we have to work on here legislatively. And the person that leads that effort is Sue Esty, who's, I don't know if Sue's here right now, but there's Sue back in there. Sue's the one that told us we gotta be quiet, so Sue knows this place. And we have two other people that help us down here. It was Frank Thornton. Where's Frank? Frank? No? And Teresa. And there's Teresa Healy-Conway. They are down here full-time during the legislative session, making sure that legislators don't pass laws that are going to harm you, making sure that we get laws passed that help you, and no other union has that representation here. No other union. They are on this thing during the session 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they do a fantastic job. But, so we get a number of things we have to work on each year. One of them being this year, you might think, what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with the work I do every day? And that's minimum wage, supporting minimum wage, the increase of minimum wage. You know that over 4,300 people that work in state employment and in higher education, 4,300, okay, make minimum wage. They're contractual employees in the state of Maryland. This is one of the richest states in the United States, and it's shameful that people are working for minimum wage, working for the state of Maryland. That is shameful. That is unacceptable. So that's one of the things we're supporting. We're also working on the Right to Vote Act. What is that? Well, that's making sure that higher education employees, like some of the folks from College Park here and here, and I see Ian up there from Frostburg, making sure that they have the right to vote on the same things that state employees have. And that's making sure they have the ability to get fair share like state employees do. And making sure that no one is living off the backs of their hard work.
That's right.
Okay? We're working to secure representation for correctional officers on the Correctional Training Commission. Right now, there are 4 seats that are open. We've secured one of those seats. So correctional officers are now going to be guaranteed a place at the table and a voice at the table on the Correctional Training Commission. And we're working to secure more measures that will bring a little sanity to the parole and probation caseload. Right now, many officers have over 100 caseloads, and the national standard is 60 caseloads. They're doing a dangerous job in a lot of different communities in this state, and they need to have the resources and the tools to do their job safely so they can get home to their loved ones each night and make sure of that. And let's not forget our pay raise. Right. As it's been across the country, it's been a tough road for the last several years. Okay, you had a bunch of people on a particular street up in New York City, Wall Street, that engage in legalized gambling. Okay, and with our money, it's all of our money. And then they expect us, to pay the bill when they go belly up. And they took people's houses, people lost jobs, and where did they balance that? They balanced that on working people's jobs and on working people's lives. And we're finally coming out of that corridor. We're finally coming around that corner, and we've got a pay raise that we have to secure in this legislative session and step increases. Step increases are coming back. So we need to make sure. So we need to make sure the legislators pass a budget that include those two things. We negotiate everything in our contract. We sit across the table from this guy right here, the Secretary of State, John McDonough. Thank you. Let me ask one thing. If anyone who's on the bargaining team for the last state contract or in your higher ed contract, you just raise your hand quick. All right. Thank you. Applaud all these folks. And I'd like to ask the executive board for Council 3 just to stand up and be recognized. Please. Thank you. But so the House passed the budget, the House of Delegates, which is just off to the right here when you come out of this building. Okay, but now the Senate has not passed their budget. So we need to keep up the calls, keep up the emails, and make sure that they pass that budget. Make sure that you pass through that 3% and that step increase that's coming forward. We need to be sure of that. So keep that up. Tell them, that you work hard. You deserve the respect for your service. You deserve, everything that you have earned. Everything that you have earned. Wasn't given to you, as I said before. No one handed it out to you. You go to work each day. You work hard. You bring food home to your family, your community, and you spend that money in your community. You spend that money at grocery stores, restaurants, hair parlors, on a car note. And all that money comes back in some way, shape, or form to the rest of the community and to the state. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what pays everyone in this room. Okay? So we need to remind them of that they get their pay from the work you do and the money you spend in their legislative districts and their Senate districts. So, together we're going to keep on working towards this. To get the respect we deserve. Together, we're going to make sure that we're going to pressure them to deliver on the promise they made at the bargaining table. And together, we're going to make sure we win our pay raises and our step increases. But right now, I want to introduce you to some folks that are going to come up. And these are the folks like you that make Maryland happen every day. They're out there in the trenches, in the work sites, doing the work to make sure that people get home safely. They make sure that foster kids are taken care of. They're made sure that your kids, if they have the chance to go to college, or other kids, make sure they're on a great, beautiful campus. They have a beautiful dorm to go to sleep in, a nice clean library to study in, a nice campus to walk around. They make sure that the indigent or folks that aren't as fortunate as the people in this room have a safe place to stay if they're developmentally disabled. So first I want to bring up Brother from the Maryland Transportation Authority, someone who's just engaged in a campaign. Him and his co-workers and co-workers over in the comptroller's office, which is just across the road from here, just run their election to be members of AFSCME and be covered by the contract, $1,500. We should keep this in mind, brothers and sisters. Of those folks that voted, over the majority of the folks voted, okay, almost 70% of the folks decided they wanted to have a union and they chose AFSCME as their union. With that, I want to bring up Brother Howard Webb. Where are you? Come on up, Howard.